vlog. Now in today's vlog we are off to, well, we're actually pretty much here. We're like 2-minute drive, but we're 10 minutes early, so I thought I'll pull in, start the vlog, and then we will go down. But we are going to see Mittens today. So as you guys are aware, Mittens is out on loan. And also a little catch up. I did do a vlog a few months ago now doing like an update on Mittens. I think I'd done my thumbnail as bad news. That's because this time last year Mittens sadly had an accident. The girl that's got her on loan decided to take her along a wall, and she fell off a wall and done a very serious injury. She done a tendon. So she's been out of action obviously for a year now. We didn't actually find out until September last year, and she actually done her accident in July. So we just come down and see how Mittens is basically getting on, and also the girl that's got her on loan wanted to just have a little catch up as well. So this morning we are free, and so is the lady, so we're gonna go down, see Mittens. We saw her a few months ago, but I didn't like bring you guys along with that. So yeah, just basically finding out how she is. We have been in contact with the girl and like asking her how she is and things, because we got to the stage where the vet come out and re-scan Mittens' leg. I think it was about February time, March time, and the vet said that she can start doing walking. So Mittens is a little bit of a handful where you'll be leading her and she'll just tank off with you. She's very strong. So the girl was going to ride her other horse that she's got and then lead Mittens out with her, because we was hoping that Mittens would be a bit more well behaved with that. But unfortunately the girl's horse has had an accident as well, and is no longer with the girl. She's gone, I think he's just gone out to the field basically to like rehab kind of thing, but not rehab, if that makes sense, just basically to sort himself out. So Mittens hasn't been able to do any of the exercises or walking out. So the plan was for Mittens to be led out doing 6 weeks of walk to make sure that she's all sound and things, and then obviously if she was sound, then to continue going on to trot, still not being ridden. And then after that, eventually I would have thought the vet would have come out, seen how she was getting on, and then deciding whether there can be a rider on her or not. But unfortunately, obviously that hasn't happened, so Mittens has just been going out in the field. But we'll find out some more information about her today. But I thought I'd bring you guys along with us, because you guys have only seen pictures of Mittens, because Mittens went out on loan in 2020, and you guys have never actually seen her except from pictures. And you guys can come along. So we are here, guys, so let's get out. And I think Mittens is out in the field. I imagine she's out in the field, so let's go. We are back now, guys. Only got a few snippets of Mitt out in the field, as you will have already have seen. She seems very, very happy, a little bit fat. She's got a little bit of a cresty neck, which you guys might have noticed in the video. The lady said that she put a grass muzzle on Mittens. This must have been like a few weeks ago or something, and because she noticed that she was getting a bit big. And apparently Mittens just stood there, but she didn't know what to do, because the whole time we've had Mittens, Mittens has never experienced anything like a muzzle or anything like that. She's always been able to eat pretty much as much as she wants kind of thing out in the field. So Mittens didn't have a clue what she was doing. So the lady said that she was very happy to have it on, which she was quite surprised about. But then once she did have it on, Mittens didn't know what to do. She wouldn't eat or anything. So apparently she was watching her, because she's really lucky that she can literally just look out her window and see Mittens, well, the horses out in the field. And she was watching her for ages, and then apparently she got it off. So she's not bothered to put the muzzle on, because Mittens just will just keep getting it off. Now she knows, she's that type of pony, now she knows how to do something, she'll just keep doing it. You just cannot win with her. That's just the type of pony she is, and she has always been like that. So we was chatting to the lady, and she has said, would it be all right for Mittens to come home? Now obviously that's absolutely fine. Mittens has always been welcome to come home since the beginning when she went out on loan. Now, we was going to get Mittens back again at some point. We just wasn't sure when. We wanted to make sure that she was all okay and the vet was happy with her. But we just didn't have an idea when. But Verity wants to give her back because she's her other pony that she rides, not the grey. That grey is somebody else's, basically. That isn't the lady's. She has got her pony Pie out at one of her friends just down the road. And basically it just means that she's going to have somebody to ride out with, and she's enjoying that at the moment. So she's decided that she's going to keep Pie, her horse, out there, which means Mittens isn't going to get the attention that she needs and isn't going to get ridden or not have the rehab either, because Mittens will just tank off with you if you try and lead her. You physically would not be able to hold her out on the road. If she decides to go, she like locks her neck and just goes with you, and there's no way you can hold her. She's so strong. So that's why we need her to be ridden out with someone riding. So Mittens isn't going to be able to get that done, obviously, if her horse is somewhere else. And her children as well are just not interested. They're only small anyway, so they used to just like groom her and would have like a little sit on her and things, but they've just lost interest. So she's decided it's the right time to give Mittens back, which is obviously absolutely fine. We're more than happy to have Mitts back. So she will be coming home. Won't be very long until she does come home, because I'm going to be doing the rehab with Mittens. So she's going to have to be doing 6 weeks of walk, and then providing that she's all fine and things, we'll start doing the trotting work with her, which will be another 6 weeks. Again, this is not me riding her. I will be riding Danny and leading her out. And yeah, I'm going to be having to do that every single day with her to basically build her muscle back up, make sure she's sound. Obviously, if she isn't sound, then, well, obviously I will stop doing her trotting and that, because it won't do her any good. But fingers crossed she's going to come back. I mean, the injury was about a year ago, and she's literally done nothing for a year. And the vet came out a few months ago and said that we were allowed to start doing the walk work with her. She's not lame. All we've seen of her obviously is her walking around the field, which you don't see much of that because her head's just down all the time. But what we've seen of her, she's not lame. But obviously it'll probably be once we start doing the trotting with her, we'll see if she's like lame or not. Fingers crossed she's all okay, because it'll be a real shame obviously if she is lame and isn't going to be able to come back to work. And I think even if she is able to come back to full work, she won't do a great lot, if you know what I mean. It'll just be like happy hacking, and it won't be, we'll just basically have to play it by ear and see what the outcome is once we get to that stage. So she should be coming home in the next, well, I don't know exactly how long, few weeks, maybe a month possibly, so which means we're going to have to empty out her stable, because at the moment her stable is jam-packed with hay. So we're going to have to empty that all out for her. Also, the lady needs to talk to the woman that has the grey in the field with Mittens, because we're not sure if the grey will be able to stay on her own once we take Mittens home. So if not, they'll have to sort something else out for that horse. But and she also needs to tell her children as well. So once she's spoken to her children and the lady with the grey, we'll basically just go and pick her up, and then I will start doing the walking out with her. And obviously I'll bring you guys along on this journey with Mitts, and obviously I'll vlog her coming home and everything like that, because she's a little bit of Dan is the king, as always, but he is the boss of this whole place. He always has been, even when I had my other pony here, Jules, and when Mittens used to be here. Again, you guys never met Jules, but he is in charge of this whole place. And Jules was second. She was in charge of like Mittens and Dawn next from Danny, and then Mittens seemed to be in charge over Dawn. And Mittens never used to be the nicest to Dawn. She would bully her. Mittens always used to be the bottom peck of like all of our other horses, she always used to be at the bottom. And then as soon as Dawn come along, she was just started to be horrible to Dawn and just took in charge. And now Jules isn't here, obviously Dan's still in charge, and he controls Dawny, but he's not, sometimes he might push her along, but I think he only does that when we're around. But I think he looks after her, and he definitely does love her, but he doesn't let us know that he does. So when Mittens comes home, I think she's going to be a little bit horrible to Dawn. So we're just going to have to see how that goes, because obviously it's not fair on Dawn. She is 25 as well. But I'm hoping, Dan's quite protective with her. And when Jules used to be a little bit horrible to her, Danny used to tell Jules off, and then Jules would leave Dawn alone. So I'm hoping Dan's going to be the exact same once Mittens comes home. And hopefully they'll all settle down and things. But they all know each other and things. And obviously they'll all remember each other as well. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. So when we know when she's coming home, I will vlog it, and yeah, I'll just bring you along on Mittens' journey of rehab and just see what happens really. So I hope you've enjoyed this little vlog. It isn't too long because, like I said, Mittens was just out in the field and there was only so much I could keep filming because she wasn't really doing anything. But if you have, please make sure that you like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!